"You disgusting loser. You'll never be more than me. She won't be able to resist this power," my cheating wife's colleague shouted, waving his huge tool in front of me. "You'll have to accept that you can never satisfy this beautiful woman," he continued, as the door opened and his wife appeared on the threshold. "I used to believe in trust. I used to believe that when a man marries a woman, builds a life with her, and stays faithful, she would do the same. I was wrong, and I learned it in the worst way possible." Lisa and I had been together for 6 years. To the outside world, we were the perfect couple. We had a beautiful home, we had successful careers, we had a relationship built on trust, or at least that's what I thought. But then Lisa started changing. Late nights at work, text messages she wouldn't let me see, a sudden interest in her appearance, dresses she never wore for me, perfume that smelled unfamiliar. I told myself I was imagining things, but deep down, I knew. And then one night, I got proof. Lisa told me she was going on a work trip. "It's just for the weekend, babe," she said, kissing my cheek. "I'll miss you." I watched her pack her suitcase. I smiled, nodded, but what Lisa didn't know, I had already cloned her phone. I had already placed a GPS tracker in her car, because when your wife starts acting like a stranger in your own home, you don't ignore it. You hunt the truth. That night, I checked the GPS tracker. Lisa's car wasn't heading out of town. It was parked at a luxury hotel 20 minutes away. My heart didn't race, my stomach didn't churn. I just felt cold because deep down, I had been expecting this, and now it was time to see it with my own eyes. I grabbed my keys, and I went to catch my wife in the act. I drove in silence. No music, no distractions, just the sound of my fingers tapping against the steering wheel as I followed the GPS tracker's signal. Lisa thought she was clever. She thought I was at home, clueless, waiting for her like the devoted husband I had always been. But she had no idea that I was about to watch her world collapse. I pulled into the hotel parking lot at 10:37 p.m. Lisa's car was right there in plain sight. She didn't even bother to hide it. That's how comfortable she was. That's how much she thought she had won. I took a deep breath, pulled my cap lower over my face, and walked into the hotel lobby. "Good evening, sir. Checking in?" The receptionist smiled politely. I smiled back. Fake, polite, controlled. "Actually, my wife is staying here tonight," I said, sliding a $50 bill across the counter. "I just want to surprise her. Could you remind me of her room number?" The receptionist hesitated, then she saw the cash, and just like that. "Room 612, sir." "Lisa, you idiot." I walked down the hallway. The walls felt too tight, the air too thick. Room 612 was at the far end. I could hear voices inside, laughter, a man's voice, deep, cocky, arrogant. Then Lisa's giggle, the kind of laugh she used to only give to me. I clenched my jaw. I should have been furious. I should have felt heartbroken. But all I felt was cold, because this wasn't about love anymore. This was about revenge, and I was about to watch Lisa and her lover destroy themselves. I didn't barge in. I wasn't stupid. I pulled out my phone and started recording through the small crack at the bottom of the door. "More!" Lisa's voice was clear as day. "I can't believe how easy this is," she giggled. "Jerry is so clueless. He actually thinks I'm on a work trip." A man's deep chuckle followed. "Of course he does," the man said. "Because he's weak, pathetic. He's nothing compared to me." My grip on my phone tightened. Lisa laughed. "Well, what do you expect? He's just an ordinary guy. But you? You're powerful." A smack. Lisa giggling again. Then the man spoke again, his voice filled with pure arrogance. "You disgusting loser! You'll never be more than me. She won't be able to resist this power." He was mocking me, laughing at me. I tilted my head. Lisa's lover wasn't just anyone. He was her colleague, the same arrogant bastard I had met at her company holiday party, the one who flirted with her right in front of me, the one she swore was just a friend. And now I had his voice on tape, bragging about screwing my wife. I smiled because this was exactly what I needed. I didn't burst into the room. I didn't make a scene. No, that would be too easy. Instead, I walked away because now I had a plan. Step 1, get every piece of evidence I need. Step 2, expose them in the most humiliating way possible. Step 3, make sure neither of them ever recovers. Lisa and her lover thought they had won. They thought I was pathetic. But they had no idea that I was about to turn their perfect little fantasy into a living nightmare. And the best part, I was going to let them destroy themselves. I walked out of that hotel a different man. Before, I was the loyal husband, the man who believed in love, trust, and marriage. Now I was something else. Lisa and her lover, that arrogant piece of garbage, thought they had won. They thought I was weak, but they had no idea I was about to rip their lives apart from the inside out. And the best part? I wasn't going to lift a finger. They were going to destroy themselves. Revenge wasn't just about Lisa, the wife who stabbed me in the back. There was her lover, the arrogant colleague who humiliated me. And then there was her lover's wife, because yes, Lisa's boyfriend was married. Her lover Adam had a wife named Jessica, and she had no idea what was happening, yet. So I did what any sane man would do. I found Jessica on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Her job? A corporate lawyer. Her personality? Smart, no nonsense. Her marriage? Seemingly perfect, until I was about to drop a nuclear bomb on it. Lisa and Adam thought they were discreet. They weren't, not even close. I cloned Lisa's phone. I had hundreds of texts, voice recordings, hotel receipts. I even had the hidden camera footage from our house. Everything was documented. I wasn't going to let them talk their way out of this. When the truth dropped, it was going to hit like an atomic bomb, and I was about to detonate it. I wasn't going to expose them just yet. First, I needed them to get comfortable, to think they were safe. Lisa came home from her trip, smiling like she wasn't the worst human alive. "Missed you, babe," she said, kissing my cheek. I smiled back, fake, controlled, dead inside. "Missed you too." Her shoulders relaxed. She had no idea. That night, I held her close. I told her she was beautiful. I made her feel like she had won because when she finally realized what I had done, the fall would hurt so much more. I reached out to Adam's wife. I sent her a single message with a few screenshots. His texts to Lisa, a voice recording of him bragging, a picture of their last hotel receipt. She called me within 10 minutes, her voice shaking with rage. "Please tell me this is some kind of joke." I kept my voice calm. "Check his phone. You'll find everything you need." Silence, then a deep, shaky breath. "Thank you." I wasn't sure what Jessica was going to do, but I had a feeling it was going to be glorious because hell hath no fury like a woman betrayed. And Lisa? Lisa was about to get a front row seat to her own downfall. I had done my part. Now, I just had to sit back and watch the chaos unfold. Lisa and Adam had spent months sneaking around, laughing at me, thinking they were untouchable. But now Adam's wife knew everything, and if I had learned anything about Jessica from my research, it was that she wasn't the type to stay quiet. 7:00 p.m. The dinner party disaster. Lisa had been acting normal all day. She had no clue that her entire world was about to burn to the ground. "Babe, don't forget we're going to Adam's house tonight," she said casually while doing her makeup. I looked at her through the mirror. Unbelievable. Lisa was taking me to dinner at her lover's house. In their minds, they had already won. They were so confident, so smug that they didn't even see the avalanche heading their way. "Of course," I said, keeping my voice steady. Lisa smiled, completely oblivious. Tonight was going to be her worst nightmare. 8:00 p.m., the gathering before the explosion. Adam and Jessica lived in a beautiful home. Their parties were always lavish. Wine, expensive food, a carefully curated guest list of people who mattered. It was the kind of night where reputations were built, which made it the perfect setting for their downfall. Lisa and I walked in, greeted by smiling faces. Adam was already there, laughing loudly, playing the perfect host. His eyes locked onto Lisa, and in that brief moment, I saw it. The arrogance, the belief that he was untouchable. I smiled because tonight he was about to lose everything. 9:00 p.m., the moment everything shattered. The party was in full swing, glasses clinking, laughter filling the air. Lisa was beside me, pretending she wasn't secretly wishing she was in Adam's arms. And then Jessica stepped into the room. Everything went dead silent. Her eyes sharp as knives, her expression fury barely contained, and in her hands, a thick folder. I already knew what was inside. Screenshots of texts, hotel receipts, voice recordings, proof of every single lie. She walked straight to Adam. "Sweetheart," she said, her voice sickeningly sweet. "Can you explain this?" She threw the folder onto the table. Adam's smug expression vanished. Lisa froze beside me. The guests started murmuring. People leaned in, whispering, trying to see what was happening. I took a slow sip of my drink, and then Jessica pressed play on the voice recording. "You disgusting loser. You'll never be more than me. She won't be able to resist this power." Adam's own voice filled the room, and just like that, his entire reputation crumbled. The moment Adam's own voice echoed through the room, the air shifted. Silence, cold, heavy. Every guest stared at him, their polished, polite expressions twisted into shock, disgust, and amusement. Lisa's fingers dug into my arm. Her breathing turned sharp, panicked. What is this?" Adam stammered. Jessica's laugh cut through the silence like a blade. "This?" she repeated, eyes flashing. "Oh, Adam, this is just the beginning." She turned to the guests and held up the folder. "You see, my loving husband has been screwing Lisa for months, right under Jerry's nose, right under mine." Gasps, murmurs. Someone let out a low whistle. Lisa's face turned ghost white. Adam, he finally realized he was trapped. Lisa suddenly found her voice. "Jessica, please." Jessica turned to her. "Don't speak." Lisa flinched like she had been slapped. Jessica took a slow step forward, her heels clicking against the floor. "You played house with my husband, laughed behind your own husband's back, thought you'd get away with it." She leaned in, voice dropping to a whisper. "How does it feel to be the joke of the night?" Lisa crumpled. Her lips quivered. I watched as tears welled in her eyes, and for the first time, I saw realization. She knew she was ruined. "Adam, man, what the hell?" someone muttered. "You always talked about loyalty, and this is what you do?" "Lisa, weren't you just bragging last month about how perfect your marriage was?" Laughter, cruel, sharp. Lisa grabbed my arm. "Jerry, please," she whispered. I turned to her, expression blank. "You made your choice, Lisa. Now you get to live with it." Her breath hitched. She knew there was no coming back from this. And then Jessica delivered the final blow. Jessica pulled out her phone. "By the way," she said, smirking, "I already sent this to your boss, Adam." His entire body stiffened. "Jessica, no." "Oh, yes," she said sweetly. "And guess what? The company has a strict no workplace affairs policy." Adam stumbled backward, his breathing turned erratic. He was done. His reputation destroyed, his career over, his marriage dead. And Lisa? Lisa wasn't getting out of this either. Jessica wasn't finished. She turned to me. "Jerry, would you like the honor?" I smiled. Slow. I pulled out the divorce papers and dropped them in Lisa's trembling hands. "You lost," I said, my voice calm and final. Lisa's tears finally spilled over. "Jerry, I love you. I laughed, cold, sharp, dead inside. "No, Lisa. You loved what I gave you, but when you thought you could do better," I stepped back. "You threw me away." Her knees buckled. I didn't stay to watch her fall apart because I was done with her. Lisa and Adam had spent months mocking me, thinking they were invincible. Now they were nothing. And me? I was finally free. Lisa stood there, clutching the divorce papers with trembling hands. Her entire world had collapsed in a matter of minutes. Her affair exposed, her reputation shattered, her lover completely ruined. She had nothing left, and yet she still thought she could fix this. "Jerry, please," she whispered, tears running down her face. "We can talk about this. I can explain." I tilted my head. "Explain what?" I said calmly. "How you snuck around with Adam, how you laughed at me behind my back, how you thought you'd trap me in a marriage while carrying another man's child." Lisa flinched. The murmurs from the guests hadn't stopped. People were still watching, still whispering. I could see it on her face, the weight of humiliation finally sinking in. For months, Lisa had mocked me. Now she was the one being laughed at, and I wasn't done yet. Adam suddenly snapped. He grabbed Jessica's arm. "Jessica, baby, let's go talk. This isn't what you think." Slap! Jessica's palm cracked across his face, silencing him. "Don't you dare touch me," she spat. Adam staggered back, clutching his cheek. For the first time all night, he looked afraid, because this wasn't just about his marriage. This was about everything. His job, his reputation, his future, and it was all gone. Jessica grabbed her wine glass. She raised it high, clearing her throat. "Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to make a toast." Everyone fell silent. Lisa and Adam stared at her, wide-eyed. Jessica smiled. "To Adam and Lisa," she said sweetly. "May they enjoy their new lives, jobless, friendless, and utterly pathetic." Then she poured the wine over Adam's head. The guests roared with laughter. Lisa hid her face in her hands. Adam stormed out, humiliated. And Lisa? She was all alone. Perfect Lisa thought she'd be able to rebuild her life, but I made sure she never got the chance. I sent the affair proof to her boss. Fired. I contacted her family. Disowned. I made sure all her friends saw the evidence. isolated. Lisa had nowhere to turn. She had spent months mocking me. Now she was a complete nobody. And the best part? Adam refused to take her in. The moment he lost everything, he turned on her. Lisa knocked on his door the next night. He opened it, took one look at her, and said, "This is your fault." Then he slammed the door in her face. Weeks passed. Then one night, I got a text from an unknown number. I already knew who it was. Lisa. "I don't know what to do anymore, Jerry. I feel like I don't even exist. I miss you. I miss us. Please, just talk to me." I stared at the message for a long moment. Then I typed 2 words, "You lost," and blocked her number. Because the best revenge is knowing they'll spend the rest of their life wishing they had never betrayed you. Was this revenge justified, or did it go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your take. And if you love jaw-dropping pro-revenge stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like for more thrilling tales you won't want to miss. Every like, share, and subscription means the world to us. It helps us keep bringing you the stories you crave. Your support truly makes a difference. Thank you so much for being part of our community.